The Equal Rights Amendment. It sounds simple, right? Equality for everyone. But this seemingly straightforward idea has been a political and legal battleground for decades. The ERA simply states that equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Basically, it aims to guarantee equal legal rights for all citizens regardless of their gender. Sounds like a no-brainer, doesn't it? The ERA was first introduced in Congress way back in 1923. That's right, 1923. It took until 1972 for it to finally pass both the House and the Senate, but passing in Congress was only half the battle. The ERA then needed to be ratified by 3/4 of the states, which at the time meant 38 states. That's where things got really messy. Fast forward to 2020. Virginia became the 38th state to ratify the ERA. Finally, it seemed like the ERA was on the verge of becoming the law of the land. But remember those messy ratification battles? They weren't over yet. See, there were deadlines set for states to ratify the ERA. Some argued those deadlines had passed, even with extensions. 5 states even tried to take back their ratification. It was a legal and political quagmire. Enter Joe Biden. In the waning days of his presidency, Biden made a bold declaration. He declared the ERA ratified and officially part of the U.S. Constitution. Biden argued that the ratification deadlines were arbitrary, and that the will of the people had been clear for decades. Biden's declaration was immediately met with both praise and fury. Supporters cheered, believing that equality had finally won. Opponents cried foul, claiming Biden had overstepped his authority. The legal battle lines were drawn. Opponents argued that the ratification deadlines were valid and that the ERA had failed to meet them. They also questioned whether a president even had the power to unilaterally declare an amendment ratified. Biden's administration countered that the deadlines were not set in stone, and that the president had a duty to uphold the Constitution, which they believed now included the ERA. The National Archives, the body responsible for officially adding amendments to the Constitution, refused to certify the ERA, citing the ongoing legal challenges. It seemed inevitable that this fight was headed to the one place where it could be settled, the Supreme Court. The ERA has the potential to be a game changer. It could provide a powerful legal tool to combat gender discrimination in areas like employment, education, and housing. It could also impact issues like reproductive rights, which have come under renewed attack in recent years. But with the legal battle over its ratification still raging, the ERA's future, much like the promise of true equality it represents, remains uncertain. Only time